Okay, hello and welcome to today's episode of the AI Money Moves podcast. We have a very exciting guest joining us today. For those of you just joining the podcast, we are Synetics Consulting and we specialize in, well, basically helping the insurance and financial services industry scale their revenue and optimize processes and all that fun stuff on the back end. If you want to learn how to take your business to the next level, make sure you stick around. And if you are interested in a free growth consultation, just drop a comment or send us a message in the DMs. Today, I would like to introduce you to Jason Cass. So without further ado, Jason, welcome to the pod.
Well, thank you very much. I'm excited to be here, excited to learn from you guys, just like everybody else is, and how you found me. I'll just consider myself grateful.
Yeah, you were specifically headhunted, I won't lie. We had a quick look in your background and a little in-depth look in the background and we were like, yeah, let's get this guy on. So you were headhunted. Let's dive in. It's clear that, very clear that you are firmly planted in the insurance world. And it looks as though you have your fingers in quite a few pies, a couple of different ventures and that type of thing. So I think maybe best place to begin is just give us your insight on what you do, what you're involved in, the suite of businesses and that type of thing.
No problem, no problem. Real easy. So I got in the business. I met my father-in-law when I was 17. He retired from insurance, told me I should get insurance. I told him I'd never be in insurance one day in my life. That's something to remember for any young people out there listening. But the thing is that I went in after 9/11, got my own insurance license, found somebody to finally hire me. Then after I was hired, then whenever I was hired, I asked him, I went and started an agency. And whenever I started that agency, I apologize. I jumped where I was. My bad. So whatever I did is I finally found a guy that would help me. His name was Mike Beard, my number one mentor. I moved to another agency. They never took me seriously, never kept the promises they did. So in 2010, I started my own agency, joined Travis Etheridge, who is my current business partner now. And we launched from there. It's been a fantastic time. And on the side, I got heavily involved inside the insurance industry because I say this a lot. The insurance industry has taken me places that I never thought I would go.
Yeah.
I've met people that I never thought that I would meet. And it's given me the life that I never thought that I could give my family. And I'm very grateful for it.
Wow. Yeah, it's interesting. It's my personal experience as well. And it seems like everybody else's experience in insurance. Nobody intends to get into insurance.
That's right.
They kind of just fall into it and then never leave. It was the same for me. I left school wanting to do everything else but in insurance, and somehow I ended up at Arthur J. Gallagher, and even now I'm still in insurance.
Boom, boom. It's one of the greatest industries God's ever created. I say that all the time. I do what I do because I want people to come along in 30, 50, 60, 80 years and have the enjoyment that I have in this business. People drive by our businesses and they think that it's boring. It's not. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of agencies that still have wood paneling walls, still do business face to face all the time. And I'm not against that, but the world is changing and things are changing quickly. And I think and especially at the leadership level, the pillars of business stay the same throughout time.
Yeah.
But the trees and the ivies that wrap those pillars die and grow new all the time. And right now, leadership is being challenged because to lead organizations in today's world is different. I'll give you an example. I know this firsthand. Agencies are boring today. And the reason they're boring is because they don't understand how to connect with young people.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Everybody in my agency's in their 20s. I have two in their 30s, one of those being my business partner, and me and one other who's in our 40s. And what that allows us is to allow them to keep constantly changing. Yes. Young people will change. They don't mind change. I remember when I was them, you probably do too, and I thought to myself, oh, I'll never get tired of change.
Yeah.
Well, that shit changed about 35, 40 years. Excuse me if this is PG rated.
No, it's not at all.
Don't you worry.
No, it's okay. I try to take care because a lot of my listeners, they listen to in the car when the kids are in there. So I try to be somewhat considerate, but I appreciate that. So
Absolutely.
it's a new world out there, and agencies have to start looking at things differently. And I'd be honest with you, I'll end with this: it's the greatest time ever to be an independent insurance agent.
Nice.
It really,
That's
truly
going to
is.
lead in. That's going to lead into some of our questions a little bit further in terms of how the space is changing and how people are adapting, because that's what we're interested in. To be honest, we've got a couple of questions on that. Now, just for clarity, you've been leading the Insurance Alliance as a managing partner for quite a long time now. You launched Agency Intelligence, and you're also an author of a best-selling book. Which of these maybe fuels you the most, or how do they all intertwine with one another?
Cool beans. Revenue just surpassed $10 million between these three companies, the Insurance Alliance, Virtual Intelligence, and then Agency Intelligence.
Yeah.
Over 150 some employees. I don't keep a daily count, but that's what last at the end of the second quarter said. So this right here is where I do have all my stuff. Here's what I do from a high level, macro level. I see where there are holes in the industry and I fill them.
Yeah.
I wait to see if anybody else is going to, and they don't, so I fill them. To be able to take customer service as just foreplay and actually moving the industry from the word customer service to this word we use all the time, customer experience. No one was using that in 2014. I wrote a book on that, and it's called Customer Service is Just Foreplay. So now when we're trying to look at, I mean, in 2018, I named my company AI because I knew we'd be right where we are right now. And so looking forward into those things, I think that one of the things that you just have to do, I had a producer yesterday that I just hired, and he said to me, he said, Jason, if you could give me one piece of advice, he said, just one. I mean, he's been in this for like a month and a half, okay? He hasn't been in this long, just got his license. He's going to be successful. I looked right at him and I said, do everything you can to put everybody else first.
Yes.
And that is the hardest thing to do, but yet gives you the most gratification. And also gives you the most return on your investment of time. Because you just know how life is. See, people walk around all the time and they go, you know what, things just happen for me good, you know? And I guarantee you, those are the people who are giving back in the world, right? And then you run into those opposite people who are like, I'll tell you what, nothing good ever happens to me. Well, I can probably tell you your life.
And a lot of people...
Not everybody, right?
Yeah, a lot of people would call that woo-woo, so to speak. But it's not. Like, you call it what you want. It's just how it works.
So putting people first is the game player, okay? It was really, really wild. I read this book with my team. We have a book club. And we reading the book Beyond Entrepreneur 2.0. And when I asked them, I said, what was the thing you took away from the book? We go through a whole quarter reading just that. Or we have 3 book clubs once a month for a quarter, and then we do a different book. And I said, what did you learn from the book? It was really wild. All my younger people talked about values, but the owners and the older people talked about the value of people in our business. And that's our greatest asset. And that's what holds back a bunch of businesses, carriers, agencies, right? I have a saying that I've said for a long time: if you can't change your people, change your people. Right? And that sounds mean, but the business must go on. This is the reason why we took all this risk, right? And we have to get those people. Be Exceptional 2.0 talks about it. Be Exceptional, the first one. He was the guy who wrote, find the bus, make sure it's going the right direction, make sure you have the right people on the bus in the right seat, right? And dude, to you and I don't know how old you guys are. How old are you guys? Luke?
It's a great question. I am 26.
Okay. Dominic?
I'm 30.
Okay, 30. So a little bit difference even between 30 and 26-year-olds. The things that, these are brand new concepts to people in their mid-20s, right? Brand new concepts. Whereas opposed to some of us who are older, we've learned these concepts 10 and 15 years ago that has allowed us to progress. Here's the key. How do we get in the middle? How do we get in the middle? I'm going to tell you how businesses can get in the middle. If you're someone who's new at business and you need to learn the wisdom of the older, if you're someone who's wise in business and you need to connect with the young, here's what you do. You find an exennial. It's an amazing thing. It's like a magic potion. Okay, so you have Generation X. They were born analog, raised analog. You have the millennials, which were born digital, raised digital. There's a group of people from about 1976, 77, to around 1985. Look it up. It's called the Xennials. And there's someone who was born analog, raised digital. What that does is you will notice that a lot of successful businesses either have a consultant or a strong leadership team that is in their 40s, mid 40s, early 50s right now. And what it does is it allows someone like me to look back to the younger and say, hey, I understand where you're coming from, but I can also look forward and say, hey, I get your wisdom is actually really smarter than their ignorance. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so that is something that you need to be looking for to help connect. We're seeing a lot of smart businesses do that. So there's some familiar things.
No, for sure. And I mean, I'm writing notes as I go. This has been, I mean, we're only 10 minutes in and I'm loving this already. But if we were to switch a little bit to sort of industry trends and market shifts that you've been seeing, how are the latest insurance trends changing the way that maybe you approach your business, and which one stands out to you the most right now?
Well, the old saying right now of anything, well, not saying, but the thing we're all talking about is AI.
Yeah.
AI has fundamentally changed the way that we're going to do business. I'm not one of those people that think it's like we're going to all be out of work. I'm not a doomer. I'm not, okay? Factual on a side note, over 25% of the AI community does not think we'll have AGI for the next 15 to 20 years. It's all hype, okay? We're going to get there, but it's all hype. I also know that everybody thinks that, listen, inside the insurance industry today, there are humans who work in this business who can't do a lot of the things that need to be done in the agency because they're not licensed. So we all of a sudden think that these robots are going to come along and be able to do it when we actually have actual humans today that can't do it because they're not licensed. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So people aren't thinking about this fully. I see companies start to adapt a lot more of technology that's going to help drive down costs. I hate to say this, but you'll start to see agencies. Let's say we have an agency of 10 people. Today we have 8 licensed and maybe 2 virtual employees. You're going to see those virtual employees about 2, maybe 3, and you're going to see that licensed staff go to 2 or 3. It's not the virtual employees that are going to go away. When you're going to pay somebody to manage bots for you, you're not going to pay somebody $90,000 or $100,000. You're going to pay someone $35,000 a year to do that, you know? And so that is a change internally. I think businesses, carriers are having a hard time grasping with this. They know that we're using foreign workers. I'm talking 5, 6,000, 10,000 are already inside of our business, or inside of their working. And the carriers have a hard time doing it about it because why? Because they're using them too. Right? I think that you're going to start to see, I'm kind of mystified. I do know that insurance is a transfer of risk and there's a cost associated with it. And as everything kind of collapses in prices and efficiencies become strong, I know that that will still be something that will be there. Yes, the cars will be more safe, but they'll also cost more because they have all the gadgets, right? So where we are as an agency, I think we're very strong. That's why I say it's one of the best times. I think that AI is nothing more than a tool. Tools replace skills. And humans have this an unbelievable ability from any other human. We can learn new skills at any time in our life, you know, so those are different things. I see the consumer changing drastically. Like I tell my team all the time, I said it's only a matter of time before that phone rings. And there is a bot on the other side who is shopping insurance for somebody.
Completely.
And one of our biggest strengths is that if I can keep them on the phone for 15 or 20 minutes and have a personal conversation with them and get to know them, our closing ratio goes to 80 to 90%. It's huge, right? Well, that goes away when I'm communicating with a bot, right? Now we have to get smart and think, okay, wait a minute, how do we get the bot to maybe, or how do we communicate with that customer to get around the bot? See, all of a sudden leadership in the way we market and the way we internally operate to get externally starts to completely change.
Yeah.
And I mean, that starts to challenge my business mind as a 47-year-old person, you know?
And that's like on the front end, you know, with customer facing. Like, we're at a point now where AI can at least address pretty much every area of a business, whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, whether it's operations, customer service, finance, recruitment, like whatever it is, there's a solution out there for it. And nobody's like, we're big in AI, this is what we do. And we kind of share the same vision of, we're not looking to take away that human touch of that. That's not gonna, it's a big debate in the AI space, as you say, if ever that will get to a point. But if you look at 80% of the other processes and other operations within the machine that is a business, it's going to be dibs and dabs in there where AI can have massive and drastic effects on that as well.
You're also going to start to see that trust is going to become a huge factor.
Yep.
When everybody's dealing with AI, it's, hey, how do I get a person in a time of need, right? Just like we have now. Hey, I'll go online and make my own bills and renew my own policy. But shit, if I have a major claim, I need a human, right?
Yeah,
that's not going to change for a long time. Now, the human is going to be equipped with AI, who's going to know how to adequately use it. We're seeing that today. But I think that I'd tell you, if I was 20, 25 wanting to get into the insurance industry, I would be trying to build a personal brand like you've never built one, because people are going to connect with that.
Yes.
They're going to start connecting with that. So yes, you can have your AI. Yes, you can do that. But you're also, hey, I'm still a human. And I think that's you to build that brand, your personal brands.
Yeah, that's our debate that we have. It's like, look, we solve hundreds of specific problems within a business that we never, well, at least right now anyway, are we going to say remove that human element on the back end or on the front end? Because that's, I don't know, it is a big debate, but I always think it's going to be required. Like, let's say you've got a closing call and you're asking for 20 grand or whatever it is, like that trust factor that people buy from people at the end of the day. And that relationship's always going to have to stand as well.
The conversations will change.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll become more elevated, higher concentrations. Listen, when they made the assembly line, people don't know that there were protests outside the factories because they said that putting people inside of an assembly line was taking away the creativity, and we were training the human to run for the machine.
Yeah.
They were that against it, like they are today. But here's the deal: they don't understand. Now today, the machine works for us, and our creativity has come back. We're actually where we used to be in a better situation. It's just going to take us a while to realize that.
Makes sense. Have you adopted a lot of AI within your own affairs at the moment, or is it something that is coming further down the line? Or
No. So, just going to say it's free, so I'm not making any money. If you go to agencyintelligencemanual.com, you'll see I just wrote a 72-page manual on this entire thing. I'm getting ready to drop my book. Everybody will have a logic routing engine. Finally, agencies will start routing the business they need to the people who need to be doing it. I created 14 new metrics that we will measure our agencies on in the year 2030. Those are the different type of things that we see that agents are really making impact today, and so are we. Where we really do it to help your team get involved, go buy the $25 team membership and give each one of them their own membership, whether that's Claude, Open, you make your choice. And then when you do that, we have 30 minutes from 11 to 11:30 every Friday that we get on and we brag about, hey, how did you use AI this week that helped us? And then we also want to know personal life too.
Yeah.
Because we learn a lot from utilizing this in our personal life, watching our kids use it, our wife use it, to go, holy crap, I could use that in business that way. Yeah. So we utilize that huge. We utilize automations in the renewal process, the COI process, the billing process. We do a lot of that.
On the lead gen side as well, everything like that as well.
We you know what? The weakness of insurance agencies, we hardly spend anything on marketing, and we get a ton of leads. No, we should spend more, but we do not have a strategy lead situation. Well, I can't say that on personal lines. But on commercial lines, we have You could go to nonprofitinsured.com. We have created our own podcast, our own website. We created a company that's a shell for nonprofits. So you can go there. If you're a nonprofit, you go there and you think that's all that we do. Well, it is about 80% of what we do. We created a podcast called MP Local. We call that our flex. So what it allows when my producers go out there, they can flex, right? They can say, hey, look at us. Like, hey, we're da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they have their own thing. Makes sense. That's our lead gen marketing strategy. So very humanized still. We just use the AI on the back end to collect and move the data around.
Yeah, absolutely. You're very clearly an individual and a business on the up, like adopting a lot of things, driving in one direction. Let's flip it a little bit. Like on the flip side of that, what is one thing maybe within your business, maybe within the industry in general, that has maybe been keeping you up at night a little bit lately?
Not understanding how fast agentic gets here.
Yeah.
I'm very serious about this. If I can hold off agentic for 12 to 18 months, I'm going to crush the competition in what I am building and developing. Once again, go get the manual. I'm the only person who took the development of what I'm developing and gave it to everybody first. Okay, I'm literally giving it to you because I know most agents won't build it, and then they'll come to me and want it. I'm telling you that agentic AI, I think, is something that does scare me. I do think that we're 10, 15 years away from mass extinction of jobs, but it will come, and it'll come very slowly, and it starts then. That keeps me up at night because I need to know, do I need to get out at the age of 50, 55, 60? You know, when do I need to start piecing this out? Do I need to start creating different directions? Do I need to start looking at the fact that maybe I don't need any more people? As a leader, there is so many unknowns in this new world. This is what I'm talking about. That if you want to read another book, AI Driven Leader, I encourage all your readers need to go read this fantastic book. He talks exactly about the leadership. I read that book and it spooked me. I was like, oh my God, I need, because dude, I'm going to, I read a lot. I read 20, 30 books a year. I didn't go to high school. I went to high school. I didn't go to college.
Likewise.
This was my education. I told myself I'm going to have to do this. Everything that I've read in life is sometimes being challenged right now, and I'm thinking, shit, I gotta relearn this, you know. And
but at least you've got that mindset, though. Like you're predicting what's coming and how things are changing, and being at the front of it. Where you look at the majority. I read something from McKinsey not long back, and I'll get the percentages slightly wrong, but I think it was 92% of businesses right now have asked the AI question in some capacity within a meeting. But it was 75% of them don't intend to do anything about it. I'm sure it was McKinsey, maybe it was Forbes.
Wow.
Now I remember reading that thinking, what are we missing here? Why are they not trying to be ahead of the curve? But I guess from your side, you're very much riding that wave and preparing yourself and your, community around you for what's potentially coming.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So wrapping it up to end that, I just literally this morning, I did a customer. They're having a very extensive claim, okay? Multiple cars were involved. I mean, it is an extensive one. And so I'm taking there's 4 different, maybe 5 different insurance companies involved. I'm taking all this information, and because this is one of my largest clients. I mean, we're talking like I would almost have to lay somebody off if I lost this client, right? I mean, this is a huge client. They're sending all this. I'm just dropping it in chat. And dude, it's breaking it down for me. I'm arguing with the lawyers. I'm over here, just Jason Cass here, 2201 North Center in Maryville, Illinois, over here arguing, and they come back. I get a lot of pushback. They're like, no. But I get some where they're like, okay, hey, didn't know that. And I'm like, son of a gun. Amazing. My insured, Ginger, this morning, she called me and she said, Jason, I am so unbelievably impressed with you and your team in the way you've walked us through this. 99% of our correspondence has been AI.
Brilliant.
By us literally talking for 2-3 minutes about our thoughts as
Yeah.
licensed people, how we see this, how the customer should be directed.
Yeah.
We're giving it that, and then we're saying, now create the reply email.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and you edit it,
go
and it
through
goes out, and it's so much better.
Fantastic.
So anyways, I encourage people to start using this. Today, we're worried about what's AI and what's not.
Yeah.
I promise you, in 4 to 5 years, we're going to be watching movies and all
Absolutely.
kind of stuff. We don't give
Yeah.
a shit. We just want a good story. You know?
For sure. And you know, you're already on that wave. That's where we come in. We help the insurance space with AI, and you know, people are starting to ask the question a bit more, be more open to it, but it's still very much the bottom of the bell curve. But look, Jason, I appreciate you've got a hard stop in a couple of minutes. I want to make sure you've got time to grab a coffee before
How
the
fun.
next.
We should have done this longer. Promise me you'll call me back and
We could do it
this
again. We'll do it again.
do it again.
We're all in on AI. We could speak to you in AI for 3-4 hours at a time. It's what we do. It's our bread and butter. And then
Fantastic,
AI and
brother.
insurance, that's where we come from. So look, I'll let you run. Once I've got the clips and the recordings from this, I'll send them all over. Feel free to use them however you want to use them.
Oh, I'll blow it up.
I'm sure we'll connect again, Jason.
Rock and roll. Luke, Dominic, thanks for your time, brothers.
Speak soon.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jason. Take care.
Man.